Hello West Ham Network, it's Holly and I'm here with your Hammers headlines for today, Wednesday the 9th of October, run in association with KUMB.com. Now today we are going to be discussing an update on a rumoured West Ham takeover, options for Kudus and a lot more. So without further ado, let's jump straight into your Hammers headlines. Now, up first, there has been an update following on from last week's takeover reports. Initially, Everton's former chief, Keith Wyness, suggested that discussions would already be underway at West Ham regarding a takeover, with an entirely new ownership team looking most likely as our option. But it's now being reported that that is very far from the case. In fact, a senior club source has since said that Daniel Kretinsky would have no exclusive put and call option, as it was referred to, which means he would have first refusal on West Ham shares. They've said that if and when the Gold family do share their shares, everyone has matching rights pro rata to their existing shareholder structure, and news about any West Ham takeover is entirely untrue at this point in time. They also added that there are no discussions and it's simply unsettling for the club, the players and the staff. So there you have it, no takeover currently imminent at West Ham, despite the reports. Your second story, scout Mick Brown has said that Cadus could be priced out of a move away from West Ham next summer because of his £85 million release clause. So he spoke with Football Insider saying that clubs are interested in signing Cadus, which doesn't surprise us with his current form, but he thinks that the price of £85 million could well put them all off. So West Ham are unlikely to reduce that release clause because ultimately he's under contract with us till 2028, he's playing well for us and he's only 24. So why on earth would we be trying harder to get rid of him? That was why we put the release clause in the first place, because we knew that he was a good player that had a lot of potential, and that is what we're seeing at West Ham. So we don't want to get rid of him, but this means that he could remain a Hammer for a lot longer, which would be great news for us. So in the report, the main points were that there are 4 main clubs who would be likely to be able to afford the asking price of 85 million release clause, and of those, Man City have got enough wide players. Liverpool can't afford the 85 million unless they sell to make more money, and it remains to be seen how he would actually fit into Arsenal or Chelsea's plans and systems. Although Chelsea are obviously buying up everybody, but we'd like it if they don't buy up Mohamed Kudus, and he's getting game time for us. So I'd like to think that would mean that we can keep him a little bit longer than we all feared when we heard about the £85 million release clause and we saw how good he is. I, for one, do not want to say goodbye to Kudus in any way, even if it means we get 85 million. You could look at that on a piece of paper and say that's good business, we've made a profit. But while we do have a good structure in place to find replacements early for any potential departures, holding on to our best players is going to be how we improve as a club, how we get European football hopefully again, and how we attract more good players. I don't want us personally to take on that brighter mentality where we just look on making a profit and continuously moving players on once they've done well. The thought of that, if I'm honest, it stresses me right out and I don't like it. But let me know what you think. I'm really keen to hear. Would you be sad to see Cadus leave for £85 million? Or do you have confidence that we could bring in somebody that would still work well for us? Drop us your thoughts down below in that comment section. And finally, a bit of a feel-good story. So Guilherme has thanked Paqueta and Emerson for helping his transition from Brazil over to East London. In an official interview with the club, he actually spoke about the support that they've offered and how they've become great friends, which is brilliant to hear. That players have that good support network within the squad, and that even the younger talent is being taken under their wing. So this is no doubt going to give players the greatest chance of success, like Guilherme, who we know are talented, and the club have seen something in him, but it's kind of a work in progress. So hopefully this is going to ease that transition, that when they do finally get the call up as well for our starting 11. So it's all a good news story. Oh, there you have it. Those have been your Hammers headlines for today, Wednesday, the 9th of October, run in association with KUMB.com. If you have enjoyed this video, as always, you know I'm going to ask you, please give it a thumbs up so that we know you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment with your thoughts as well on today's news. And remember, if you fancy treating yourself, we do have an option for membership at West Ham Network, which will give you access to monthly prize draws, exclusive ex-player content, weekly podcasts with our team, and much, much more. So it's great fun. Last week, we've been talking about all sorts. We've had Desert Island starting 11s. We have had players that we nearly signed at West Ham. That was our last podcast. We've been chatting about some really exciting stuff. So give it a listen if you fancy. But that's all from me for now. But as always, have a great day. And until next time, come on you Irons. Lions. Lions.